Good morning, Angleton Independent School District. My name is Stephen Ruth, and it's an honor to be with you today as we prepare to kick off a very exciting and promising 2023-24 school year. I'd like to dedicate this convocation remarks to my late science teacher, Dr. Lynn Perryman, my late English teacher, Suzanne Mickey, and my late first grade teacher, Joyce Valenta. These are incredible educators that made an impact on my life and many people that are in the Angleton community. And I just wanted to thank them as I begin my remarks this morning. But you know, it all starts when you step foot into the Independent School District of Angleton. And for me, it was at kindergarten over on the west side of town, where my kindergarten teacher was Cecil Newton. And Miss Newton was just a wonderful teacher that started what all teachers have to do is believing in the child. She saw something in me that I didn't quite see myself, and she began to develop it. And if we fast forward a little bit, as we go through school days, my mother kept a little book for us that she would include everything that we did during our beginning days of school. And I have this as I'm talking to the school and the faculty and staff where I got my secondary education from, and it's all of you. And she recorded things in there that I wanted to share with you this morning. She had my teacher being Miss Newton and a few people that you would know in the audience. Melanie Ramos Christian was one of my kindergarten classmates. And I mentioned Miss Valenta being my first grade teacher. But as we go along here, I even have my fourth grade teacher being Miss Cheever. Miss Carla Cheever was my fourth grade teacher, and she started, I think it was our second year teaching when I had her. But I mentioned these teachers in the earlier years, from kindergarten to elementary school, because that's when a child is really attached to school and believes that they have a chance, is in those really early formative years when they're trying to figure out, can I make it in this thing called school? And when the teachers believe in them and find that hope in them and develop that hope in them, to have the inquiring mind, to want to learn and to find to be the best that they can be, it starts in those early years. Because by the time they get to middle school, the train is already moving out. And in this story, it started way back for me in kindergarten and with Mrs. Newton. And when I got in middle school, Miss Newton realized that she had something that she developed in me, and she told me that she wanted me to run for student council president. So this is now 40 years ago. And she had me run for president and end up being elected the student body president for Angleton Middle School. This little Stevie right there in the middle. And Miss Newton sitting right here to my right. Miss Vicki Miller Harmon is right here. And Miss Melanie Ramos Christian is right there. And these are people that are still in our community. There's others that are still in our community, but I just wanted to share that initially with you because I know they're in the audience. But one antecedent before being the student council president is about how the teachers help you navigate those waters by getting along with fellow students. And it's fellow students that are their peers that encourage them as well, that help them believe in themselves. And in this picture here, you may not be able to see it very clearly, but my campaign manager for student council president was one each Jason Perez. And that's a small story, but it's a part of a history that enabled me to have such a wonderful opportunity in Angleton Independent School District. And when I Googled earlier today how far Angleton is from the places that I've lived and served in the Army, Iraq happens to be the farthest away at over 7,000 miles. And I say that because even though 7,000 miles away from home, Angleton was never far from me. In fact, every time I came home from leave, it was coming back home to Angleton. and to spend time in the school district. They gave me the foundations for me to do the things that I've done throughout my life. It was Angleton that taught me to believe in myself. Angleton that taught me how to reach out to others for help and never try to go through life by yourself. It was those things that the teachers, the educators, the faculty and staff nurtured in me. They saw things in me that I didn't quite see in myself, and they brought them out. And that's the beauty of being a teacher and educator, particularly here in Angleton, where we have that small town feel, where the teachers do get to know their students and their parents. They get to watch them through the lens of sports and student activities and extracurricular activities that allow them to grow. It's those teachers that recognize that sometimes they may not be the person that can reach them, but they know someone else that can. It may be the English teacher that connects with the math teacher, or the math teacher that connects with the band instructor, or the band instructor that connects with the football coach to help reach that child. Because each child, we believe, is special. And it's our educators that help bring that special nugget out in a way that that student can see that sense of purpose, and that they all have value. And once that young person believes that they have value, the community of Angleton wraps their arms around them and helps them nurture that gift so that it can be a gift not only for the broader community, but in a bigger sense, the world. And it is my Angleton Independent School District experience that I am so grateful for, that's enabled me to go from Angleton to Texas A&M University, to be able to graduate from there and then go serve my country in the Army. But it's that confidence that I got from Angleton, the teachers that believed in me, the teachers that helped me find my better self. That is why I'm so grateful for my Angleton experience. And I hope that this year, this academic year 23-24, is one in which each of you as educators finds in yourself that capacity, that desire, that propensity to be able to reach out and find that goodness in each of the students that you have the opportunity to come in contact with, to help them believe in themselves a little bit more, for them to be able to dream a little bit bigger, for them to see the purpose of this Angleton Independent School District experience that they all have, so that one day they can go reach their full potential, and then in turn come back and give that back to our Angleton community. It is that for which I am grateful for, and every single time that I deploy, no matter where it is in the world, I deploy with a level of confidence and faith that Angleton has my back, and that when I do come home, Angleton will always be my home. So thank you so much again for all coming together this morning as we get ready to kick off a fantastic school year. Sorry that I'm able to be there with you in person, but I just want to cheer you on, you and all of your students, to a most successful academic school year. Thank you very much.